Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson, and I'm joined with the Miguda. Miguda, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing
Mm,
great. How about you?
mimi niko vyema. Naona Makobura pia yupo hapa. Makobura, habari gani? Yani kama ni pati. Makobura, habari gani? Okay.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Hello.
but yes, I can hear you.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah, I'm saying I'm good. Niko salama, napambana na hali vilivyo,
Mm,
na
mm.
natumai kwamba hata nyinyi ambayo mmetangulia mko salama.
Tuko salama vizuri sana. Labda kama wewe ndio uko na jambo jipi ambao labda unaweza katuelezea. Inakaa kuna shida na Makobura, can you check your internet?
Sioni. Unanisikiza? Nasema sioni mabaya hapa mali niko. Mambo yako tu shwari. Vile vile maisha ya kawaida ni ile tu tunapambana nayo bila without complaints. It is life. We are dealing with life the way it comes, and we are very positive about the changes that we are fighting for as a people. We are particularly hopeful that we are going to have a positive a leadership that is positive, a leadership that thinks and respects the views of the people.
Thank you so much for that. Miguda, unanipata?
Nakupata vizuri.
Labda tu swala la kizushi, tuseme kwamba umepatiwa nafasi kuelezea kipofu, ama tuseme kwamba yule mtu ambaye ako ulemavu wa macho, ukipatiwa nafasi umwelezee jua, hii jua inawaka hii, utamwelezea vipi?
Swali nadra sana, lakini unajua mtu anapokuwa kipofu inamaanisha kwamba njia zake za kutazama ama kuona ni atumie mkono yake ama na guzo. Sasa akona ile tunasema kwa lugha ya kimombo the sense of touch or the feeling. Labda nimpeleke nje kwa jua na nimweleze kwamba kama unasikia joto kali kama huu, inamaanisha kwamba kuna kile kiumbe ambao inawaka moto sana, na hiyo ni jua, na wakati haiko kuna baridi. Labda hiyo ndio inaweza msaidia.
Sasa utakuwa kwamba hapo venye umesema hivi utakuwa kama umemweleza na atapata kufahamu hayo kwamba hii ndio jua.
Atapata kufahamu, hata nitamweleza zaidi, nitamwambia kwamba kama kuna jua kuna uwezekano ya kwamba mtu anaweza fua, kuna uwezekano ya kwamba kunaweza kuwa na vumbi, vitu kama hizo. Jua hata wakati natembea nazamwambia hiyo, kwa nini uko umepata homa, inamaanisha kwamba hiyo ni vumbi. So wakati wa jua tunapata vitu kama so. Kuna njia nyingi tu za kumweleza. Mimi nishawahi kuwa na ndugu kipofu, na hata ukija katika nyumba unaweza sikia kwamba hata kama ulikuwa na tip 2 wanasema nani ameingia hapo, wanaweza jua nani ameingia hapo. Sasa kwa kwamba hiyo kitu ndio kuna wakati tunapata hakuna mvua. Sasa wakati huu ingawa tuko na msimu wa baridi, hakuna mvua, sasa jua imepotea. Sasa hiyo ndio nadhani njia nzuri ambayo mimi naweza mueleza kama ana ile uwezo ya kuona.
Okay, unajua hapo kauli yako ya kwanza ulikuwa unasema kwamba unaweza mpeleka nje basi akuje kujua apate kusikia joto, na unajua joto unaweza pata kupitia ama kuhisia kupitia namna mbalimbali. Labda tuseme kwamba kuna wakati ambao umempeleka karibu na pale meko ambao pia tunatumia kupika, kapata joto, na labda pia atajua kama ulimwelezea kwamba ukipata kusikia joto hiyo ni jua, si anaweza jua kwamba meko hiyo ni jua. Haya, Ni kama umepotea kidogo. Makobura, wewe tuseme kwamba umepata nafasi kuelezea kipofu ama yule rafiki yetu ambayo labda anaweza kuwa ni ako na ulemavu wa macho, kumwelezea kwamba hii ndio jua, atajuaje kwamba hii ndio jile jua ambayo inawaka pale juu? Si jua ya kujua maneno, but jua ya kuwaka ambayo inatoa mwangaza ile.
That's a tricky question. I wish you'd have asked it in English. Unajua
joto ya hali ya
Mikuda ni kama ameingia na tena akatoroka. I don't know if umesema ya kwamba nikipatana na kipofu naweza nikamwelezea kivipi ya kwamba hii ni jua.
Labda tuseme kwamba hujapatana naye, labda ni mtu ambaye mnaishi naye katika mazingira moja, na labda kwa sababu ni mtu ambaye ako na ulemavu wa macho, lakini unataka kumwelezea kwamba jua ndio hili. Labda tuseme wewe unaweza mwambia aje akuje kuelewa kwamba hii ndio jua, kwa sababu ni mtu mwenye aoni, lakini kusikia anasikia.
Kusikia kuona anaona, lakini kusikia asikii. That's tricky because if someone is not is kuona anaona but kusikia asikii, so that's a deaf person, right? Is it someone is deaf in English?
No, deaf ni yule mtu asikii.
Someone is blind, because I think ni kama umekanganya.
Sijakanganya, nimekuambia uko na nafasi ama unaishi katika mazingira na mtu ambaye aoni. Kwa Kiswahili tunasema ulemavu wa macho.
So that's
a blind person.
So someone is blind.
Unataka kumwelezea hii ndio jua. Utamwelezea vipi?
That this is okay. Someone is blind, you want to tell them that I think, see, it's normal, like I would explain that this way. You know, utamwambia kwamba first, unajua ukiwa ndani ya nyumba, ukiwa ndani ya nyumba hautakuwa you'll not feel that warmth or so, but then if you take this person out of the house, there would be a difference. If they are outside, of course, they will automatically get the rays hitting their skin, and of course, that would bring some warmth. And then you'll now differentiate. I mean, you try clarify in this manner that when you are inside the house, there was no sun, but now that you are outside, you can feel a difference in the temperature. So that is now the presence of sun. I think that's how. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Makobura, for that. It is quite tricky, as you said. It is not very, very, very easy to kind of like let them know or let him know that this is the sun. But like when I was having this conversation with one of my friends, he gave me an answer which I did not agree with, which I will not mention. But it is something that we are looking at in terms of leadership. And because like our conversation are always based on the leadership. Let's say that you have leadership and that you want to explain for them, about something, an issue that is taking place. How will you explain to them so that they can understand? So in other words, what I'm trying to say, like in that kind of scenario, there's a misunderstanding. Like tuseme kwamba unaishi na kipofu, lakini pia huyo kipofu ambao unaishi na unataka kumwelezea ni hichi, atajua aje? Sasa unapata kwamba there's no communication that can make you understand. And when you reach that type of situation now, it is quite much different, because like Miguda was arguing that, okay, I can always try to take him out so that he can know where this heat, then that is the sun. But you can also get heat. There are some other sources that can give you heat to keep you warm. So how will he know or differentiate that this is the heat from the sun or this is the heat from any other, any other source? So that is the idea of miscommunication, and how can we do that? So in such a scenario, you can develop, or you can come up with what we call the plans. What plans can I use so that to know that you can be able to differentiate? And this one brings about what we call the communication. What are the communication strategies that we can use to know, or for him to let him know that these are this is what is happening, this is the heat, and this is it. So it requires in-depth communication and in-depth understanding of each other, and then you come up with strategies on how you can explain that, so both of you can understand, or you bring channels of communication and knowing to differentiate. This is the heat from the sun, this is the heat from the furnace, this is the heat, all that. So that is what I was deriving at. So thank you so much, brothers, for taking your time to be here. And if you're in the comment section too, you can also help us understand, because here we are here to learn, and we are here to communicate. And today we are coming from a very, very busy weekend, especially in terms of politics. Yesterday, the weekend, Rigathi Gachagua was in the United States of America, whereby he was confronted by the young Gen Z to explain himself, especially about his tribal, and that one thing that she said, that I need you right now to position how to position yourself as a national leader, but not as a tribal leader. That was a very valid question, from Rigathi Gachagua. And the good part of it, that this lady was a young lady all the way from Nyeri, but he lives in the United States of America. Another Gen Z also asked Rigathi a very, very valid question about, if you, I might paraphrase him wrong, but like, if you say that you handed the victory to President William Ruto, and you have these leaders who are recycled, how sure are we that immediately after election, then in the scenario that the united opposition win, that we are not going to have the same kind of leadership, or the same scenario that we are in right now? What surety are you giving us? So those are some of the questions that yesterday I picked from the United States. And another thing also that I would want to know, because like we know Rigathi Gachagua and Matiang'i, they are in US, but they are visiting specific states, because like I say today, Matiang'i will be, maybe on 2nd, he will be in Minnesota, something. He will be having a talk with Kenyans who are in Minnesota. So there are some other states they're not visiting, and these states, all Kenyans are in these states. How will they reach all the Kenyans who are in all these states? Yeah, or that specific states that they feel they're going to visit, and how that does one make them feel that the opinion they have from those states is a reflection of Kenyans in diaspora, especially those who are living in the United States. So the people who are handling the events, or the itinerary of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua and Matiang'i, also should answer to those questions, because it's not something that I'm seeing going on in the internet. Somebody is in New York, is asking, when are you coming to New York? Somebody is in Jersey, when are you coming to Jersey? Somebody is in South Carolina, and all those states, they're asking, when are you, because they're all Kenyans, they also want to engage. So how are they going to reach those? So that is, if they can get this message, and maybe they can answer those Kenyans on the social media, how will they reach other Kenyans in other states, or they just visiting specific states? And before I invite you in, something that also I've learned is that, like, all these states, each and every state, or each and every towns, you might find, like, has a community that is aligned to some of the presidents, especially those who are touring. So their first priority has been the states that is dominated with their community, and that is something that is happening. So they should also expand and reach other Kenyans, and reach those Kenyans who might be having divergence view, or might want to engage them. So that is when you're coming on the ground, or you're coming back from diaspora tour, you have the holistic view of all Kenyans. So that is something that I feel they should work on. Thank you so much. And also something that we want to discuss, especially the cracks in ODM, and that is looming based on the working relation between ODM and broad-based government, the Nadco, the 10-point agenda. And if you're very keen enough, Rigathi Gachagua yesterday said that, I quote him, that President William Ruto, when they are still working with President William Ruto, that he was not going to implement Nadco report. So the question is, how true is what Rigathi Gachagua is saying, and how can we believe it? But from the look of things, are we seeing the Nadco report being implemented? So that is also something that we can put our heads on and at least give our views. Another issue that we might also try to discuss, especially when you look at right now ODM, because you're seeing there is two categories, especially that are coming out in the field. We have members of parliament from Western Kenya who are allied to ODM, and members of parliament from Luo Nyanza who are allied to ODM, and the politics of attack and disrespectful and reckless attacking of, especially for Edwin Sifuna. Is that one working in favor or against the ODM in terms of the party? Because, like, ODM is a party that is stronger party, political party. It has stayed for almost 20 years. That so many political parties have never enjoyed, because so many political parties have less lifespan, especially in politics. But ODM has stayed in politics and being united for for a long time, for over 20 years, despite the wrangles that they usually have. But they still find it, the leadership always come in and mend those fences. What about this one? Is this one going to be very difficult for them, or they're going to make sure that they come together? Another thing that also we might talk about tomorrow is about the sources, the information. These are just sources, that information that the Kenya Kwanza is trying so hard to reach Kalonzo Musyoka so that he can join the broad-based government. And what could have informed that decision, that they want to make sure that Kalonzo Musyoka, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka is in their camp. But as sources say, that Kalonzo Musyoka has maintained that he's in opposition to stay. And I saw even Oscar Sudi was saying something like that, that they're still counting for Kalonzo Musyoka. Yeah, so those are some of the conversations we might be also having, not forgetting about Edwin Sifuna, from especially the Kenya Kwanza allies. What they were saying, that first of all, Oscar Sudi, I quote him, who said that Sifuna wanted almost 3 million so for him to support the broad-based government. But I'm seeing now the change of tune from Dismas Baradas. Just quote him, I heard him saying that Sifuna reached out to him so that he can assist him, so that he can get the CS position. So where is the truth? Did he demand for 300 million just to be to accept the ODM to work with the broad-based government? But who is Sifuna in ODM such that he can demand that? So if that is true, so we can just maybe, if you want to throw figures, so does it mean that, what about Baba? Did they also pay Baba, or Baba just came, he put the interest of Kenya first? If Edwin Sifuna can demand something like about 3 million now, if to say that Baba would have to demand, how many would the Baba demand? So those are some of the discussion that we want to have with you, and we want to give our views on those, because all this happened in the weekend. Also, the members of parliament who are allied to Rigathi Gachagua, yesterday, what happened to them. They were dispersed by the police, and in the process, there was live bullet that was used. And this is from the pictures that we are seeing from their cars. And you ask yourself now, how is the police going to especially handle the situation? Because as we speak right now, we have to agree that the politics and the campaigns are on set. The campaign has started, So how will they deal with the opposition? Will they allow the opposition to campaign and interact with the people, or they will be stopped? and how does that one put the presidency and the administration of the President William Ruto? So there's so much to be talked about, and thank you so much for your time. Makobura, how are you doing again?
Niko salama ndugu yangu, nashukuru. Mambo
yes,
yako shwari.
Yeah, just in brief, I want to know your thought, especially we will start with the issue of Edwin Sifuna, whereby Oscar Sudi mentioned that Edwin Sifuna demanded almost like 300 million so that he can support the broad-based government. And yesterday, some members of Kenya Kwanza, including Ditmas Barasa, was now saying that Edwin Sifuna gave him a call so that he would be given to try work out ways in which he can be appointed in, or to be given a position in the CS position. Just in brief, what is your take on that? And if it is true, then how much, if you want to work with the Kenya Kwanza, how much you should be given? Everybody has a price tag.
Okay, I'll just give my take and how I think and possibly how I look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm clear enough.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so the comments of Oscar Sudi, that a specific leader or politician wanted certain amount so that they be given certain post, or so that they can keep quiet. These are comments that we've always heard of from different political leaders. And again, not forgetting, not so long ago, there were some comments which came from, was it Maverick Aoko, who said that Sifuna is having some problems with the government because he wanted to become a cabinet secretary. You know, these are some statements that we've heard of, not today, even before Sudi came to, to speak about certain those comments.
I think Maverick Aoko was disputing that. Yeah, she was disputing.
There's a comment, I'm not so sure I'll get it. There was that accusation that came before Oscar Sudi spoke about this statement. And of course, there was an allegation that he wanted certain amount of money so that he can decide on whether to support the government or not. But to me, I think these are fallacy. These are just comments. Just as usual, we've heard of politicians trying to justify their means, or if they think that someone has gone against their thought or their way of thinking, automatically they will always find something to dispute. They will find a way to dispute it. And it's not new. I can give you several examples of what had happened previously. We've had leaders disagreeing with others, and then they're being attacked of having requested for some amount. If you remember the impeachment of the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, the same accusations also came in the limelight, and the same person who spoke about it was Oscar Sudi. If you can remember keenly, he said that the former deputy president had demanded for some amount of money so that he would either he would keep quiet and not speak about what was happening. And again, the same allegations were even presented before the parliament. So in politics, anything is possible. Let us not let us not put everything behind the table, because in politics anything is possible. But from my understanding of the personality or the character of one Edwin Sifuna, I don't really think he would have gone that low, because if he would, then we would, we are Kenyans, we would have at least seen some signs. Possibly what I can say is that Edwin Sifuna had a problem with the union between ODM and UDA a long time ago, even before it was conceptualized. And, this is something that I can say you would see from his remarks, you'd see from his behavior, you'd see from, you know, how he was reasoning. And I think what that then tells you is that this is a gentleman who had a specific stand even before the union that was there between the president and the ODM leader. And that, of course, was also confirmed by his consistent comments when he came and said that he cannot support the president. And remember, when they was doing the signing, he was then among the people who were supposed to sign. But what did he do? He did sign not a happy man, but he signed looking gloomy or looking, you know, showing some signs that truly he was not in. He was not in. He was not really in support of what was happening. So such kind of accusations are normal, but I don't think Sifuna would go to that level, even though, let's say, he was supposed to be given the cabinet secretary position, which to me, I don't really think he would, because what we've always seen, the culture of Kenyan politics, we've seen majority of hold tags in the political parties are the ones that have always been given the opportunity to serve in those cabinet secretaries. And I know that Sifuna would not even get the opportunity to be a cabinet secretary in charge of interior in a government that he had opposed. Remember, you know what it, you know the role of interior cabinet secretaries. I don't think William Samoei Ruto would trust Sifuna to that extent of giving him that docket, because that is the docket that really shapes the country. That is the docket that most of constitutional following is done over there, and that again is the docket that decides on which way the country goes, on whether to apply the constitution and respect the constitution, on whether to suspend the constitution. That is why the people of Kenya have always had a problem with the cabinet secretaries in charge of interior. Remember, during the reign of Dr. Matiang'i, he came and, you know, people would complain about his leadership come to Professor Kithure Kindiki. Under his reign, there were consistent cries from the people of Kenya. And now we are with Kipchumba Murkomen, you know, and that has even persisted. The call for him to resign and to even respect the constitution is continuing. And I think that is a typical sign that truly things are not, I mean, that confirms to you that that role would be given to
Marco Bura.
Yes.
What is happening is this. They were not very specific on what kind of CS they were supposed to be giving or what they were rooting for Edwin Sifuna, because it was that he wanted a CS from what they're speaking about. He wanted a CS, but we did not know which CS was it or which docket was it. So this was just if
you followed that keen, Brother Ben, it was specified that he was supposed to be given the cabinet secretary of interior. It has been specified. You can ask our good brothers over here.
Okay, thank you so much. I will try to follow up, because like maybe I missed the point, but like what I know was that from what Dismas Barasa was saying, the member of parliament, that he made a call and he wanted his name to be forwarded among the CSS that was supposed to be, or to be among the experts. So anyway, people get information. So I will also look into that, whether it was for CS. Now, Joseph, how are you doing, sir?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We have so much to talk about of what happened during the weekend, and today we want to look at we want to paint a good picture or the scenarios that will happen, especially because like right now as we speak, my brother, there's a looming crack within ODM, because like there are quite a number of ODM members who are opposed to the government and those who are supporting the government. And when you scan it or microscope it a little bit, you will see there's a crack between the few section of ODM members from the Nyanza and few members of ODM from Western Kenya, especially during the weekend, on how to the women rep for Migori, actually what he told Sifuna. We talked of Governor, Her Excellency Governor Wanga. We had Eddie Okech, and even the brother of the Right Honorable Prime Minister talked about the party, and he said that I'm speaking as a person. So before I engage you in that and talking about the Sifuna 300 and also rooting for CS position, let me just bring Miguda in. Miguda, can you weigh in? Then Joseph can weigh in. Then we can go to ODM, and I have a few questions here that I would want to listen to your views. How do you say?
Okay, thank you. First, I would like to say that Sifuna did not speak yesterday.
Yeah.
Sifuna has been speaking before.
Yeah.
The first time he spoke, there was no such allegations from Didmas Baraza and Oscar Sudi. They just bring the allegations once they have realized that it is too heat into the ODM party. And Baba, to some extent, has said that is the position of the party. Remember during the burial of Omondo Were, Sifuna spoke and Baba seconded Sifuna, defended Sifuna. So to me, I don't see that this is the first time he's speaking. He spoke before, but there were no such allegations. They only say that Sifuna is being seen at night going to Pamunyoro. Today is not at night. Today is about his position. Today is about the 300 million. I remember it's a time whereby there's an MP who said he was approached by government to take money, but he declined. What if they approach Sifuna, Sifuna declined? Because Sifuna does not respond to the allegations. So we are yet to hear from Sifuna. We can't just conclude that I think that the Sifuna had demanded. But we understand that Sifuna, the issue of, this is why I disagree with the statement, because now where is the position? Because Sudi is saying 300 million. Dimas Barada is saying CS position. So Sifuna wanted how many things? Was Sifuna after money or CS position? So it should be specific whether Sifuna was in need of money or CS position or visiting Mamunyora at night. So that's why I don't like the statement, but I'm here to hear from Sifuna the response, because Sifuna will appear very soon on the mainstream media and explain bit by bit on the Dimas Baraza and also on Sudi, because of late he has not responded to those issues. And I believe that what from the look of things, there are people who just, because they have to respond to any issues, so you can't trust them. So do we trust Sudi? Do we trust Didmas? Or who to trust? And the question we're asking now, because they said Sifuna demanded or Sifuna wanted. So those people who are given, they are not speaking, but the people who are not given are now speaking. So it means even the psychopaths are given money. So I think there is an elaboration we need to understand from them.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Miguda. And as you can you kindly please check your mic, because there's that crack that comes especially from your audio. So if you can work on that, we will really appreciate, my brother, so that you can have a clear audio for the if you communicate, and we will appreciate big time. Just work on it. Thank you so much, Joseph. In brief, because this is something in the public domain and maybe it might be politicized, the 300 million and also pushing for the cabinet position.
Thank you, my brother. I'll start from asking: do we believe between Sudi and Sifuna, who can we believe? Who has been tested? Who has been tested and tried, and we can believe? Is it Sifuna or Oscar Sudi? Because Oscar Sudi has come and told us so many propagandas. Even today, he spread another one that house that Malala is staying. Ruto is the one who built it. So I think Ruto has built for everyone, even houses, and given them money. I think even me today, he'll say that Ruto is the one who has got us to work in abroad, and he has given us money because Sudi, I think Sudi is just I don't like to talk about this guy. This guy is just a person who can just get into your nerves. And if Sifuna was given the chance to become a CS or not, or he was given 300 or not, what is the problem? I don't understand really with him. What is the problem? If he refused the position or he was not given, if you are not given, even me, I will become angry and start fighting the government. Why is he saying that Sifuna was given the position or he was given 3 years? If you did not give me the money, I'll start becoming angry also and start bashing you. Even Gachagua is bashing the government because they removed him as a DP. So what is big? I don't understand his point there. But you know, we are using, I don't like to say this, but we are using a class 4 dropout brain, and it's very dangerous. So this is rhetorics. They are tiring. People, others are saying 51, others 300, others 50. I don't know even others. Now we are waiting for the next figure, maybe 1 billion. So we don't know. And if and how can I don't understand, because Sifuna is not the first time he has started he's not the first time he has started speaking against the government, or is it the first time? I started following him from way before. So I don't understand in their maybe they are angry. You know, this government today I've seen even Wetangula saying that Uhuru should speak, that he is the only remaining retired president. What should he speak now about? What should he say? What is he expecting him to say? So I think this government has lost it.
Actually, I saw that, and what came to my mind is that, like, how do you want, for example, let's say, like, is the Speaker of the National Assembly, yeah, and you know very well the position you hold. You are the president of the legislature wing of the government. You are like the head of the legislation house. And it requires you as a person to be neutral. You should not involve yourself in campaigns or campaigning in that. And you still go to campaign. What do you want Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to say about that?
And I think he's the only speaker that you have seen is a disgrace to the National Assembly.
Yeah, because
he's
like
a disgrace to the National Assembly, because you cannot become a speaker and he's even a disgrace to the people of the likes of Marende, who are very neutral speakers. It's I feel ashamed that we can say that Wetangula is our speaker in the House of in the reasonable House of Parliament, and it's I think he's going to go down in history as one of the most useless speakers, as I might say, in the history of the Parliament.
Because like we are going, you know, like okay, I know that the fact is that right now as we speak, we just only have President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta as one of the head of states, and who has to play a big role in especially in matters of nation building and even in the political processes. But like there are few things that even if you want him to comment, and that one you should start with you, because as a speaker, and as I said earlier, that you are the person who is the head of the legislation, and you part of the government, and your post requires that you should be very neutral, not be partisan, especially when engaging in things to do with the public and the political processes. So let's say that you want Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to comment. For instance, you want the president to say that, okay, Mr. Speaker, I think like from today you need not to go, you need to stop doing the campaigns or involving yourself in the empowerment project, which you should leave it to politicians, or then you will stop. And you know that you are doing wrong, or Makobura, what do you take about that? Sorry for that.
I can add something before Makobura comes.
Yeah.
Then how should you talk on a government and advise a government that does not like to hear? How will you advise them? Because this government clearly has shown it does not like to listen to contrary views. If Sifuna talks, he has been paid 300 million. If Uhuru talks, he's the one who brought this country to its knees. He brought the empty coffers. So what do you expect people to say? They keep quiet and they watch you as you mess up.
Okay, thank you so much. Makobura, maybe weigh in, then we can go ahead.
Maybe as a political analyst, if I give my take, and most of time, If I say things the way it is, they also say I'm paid. So I wonder how.
No, as you know, we okay. You know, it is not like we are talking about based on the institution that we have, because like when you look at the institution of the speaker, we know what is required of a speaker, because the speaker is arm of the government that is independent. Yeah, but now
I understand.
yeah, now if it reaches a point whereby that, okay, now the speaker, or let's not bring in the name of the speaker who is currently holding the post, but on a democracy of the speaker's house, or on the democracy of legislation as the head of the house, how should you carry out your work? What are the prescription that is prescribed on that office?
Okay, first, speaker is like a referee.
Yeah.
The speaker is an ex officio. He should not be taking part. I mean, he should not be taking sides on matters of the National Assembly. He's supposed to guide as per what the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya says. And of course, without favoring whichever side, we know that, of course, the manner in which we get the speaker, it is a political process. That's a fact, that one thing that we have to agree. But the Constitution clarifies very well, clarifies the fact that the speaker is supposed to be a neutral person, a person who is not taking side. If they do so, automatically we'll get we will get what we call good we will get a good product, or we will get good laws, or good conversations which are leading or helping in the building of the nation in the Republic of Kenya. But what we've always seen is the speaker, first of all, I think it's right that I give first a clarity on the role of the speaker, presiding over debates, which of course without taking sides. And you know how those debates are very important. Out of those debates, we do get laws. Out of those debates, we get what we call even distribution of resources. Out of those debates, we get to understand where Kenya is going and the challenges that we are facing as a people. And for that reason, if there are challenges that are being faced, for example, let me give you an example with this government that we have. You find that we've got the government side and we've got the opposition side. If the speaker then gives chance to the people in the government side to give their story, and he fails to give the people on the opposition side to also give their story while debating, then we will end up with a parliament that considers a section of people, you see? And that then we will then say that we did not have good debates. We had a parliament that was presided with a speaker who is not partial, and of course that would translate to the rule. I mean, to the ground.
With that one, we agree with you on that. But now, what we are asking is this, based on what the speaker himself said, talking about the president's silence and the president's silence. So we were coming from a point of knowing that if, for instance, the president is silenced, yes, and we know what president holds, especially like the former president, that is President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But in the event you're telling that the president is silenced, yet you are this president of the legislation, and you've already taken side, you're involving yourself in politics, you've already taken side. What do you want president to say? Just if president has to limit himself on making that comment on his position as a speaker taking side?
I think we have to be truthful. When we see the speaker has already taken stand, and it's not, this is, I can't confirm to you. I think the last time we had a speaker who really respected the law was the speaker, Kenneth Otiato Marende. That is a gentleman who did his work without fear and with a lot of fairness. And I remember when I was growing up, up, you can ask my my brother Meguda. I will tell you, I used to be called Mr. Otiato Marende. At those days, I did not really know why people were calling me Otiato Marende, but I think and I believe that I used to be a debate speaker. I used to
What
be a
is
speaker
Otiato?
while we were growing.
What is Otiato?
Sorry?
Otiato is just a name.
He was a speaker. I don't know if you remember the speaker that presided over the 10th Parliament.
No, yeah, I know him. I was asking what is Otiato. I thought is a meaning of a name.
You know, that's a lawyer name. It's a Western name. So
No, Otiato also is a Luo name, brother.
okay, but it's more dominated in the lawyer land. I'll maybe get the meaning of that. So
let me just give you an example. If you look at the location where Marende is coming from. Marende is coming from where?
it's coming from Vihiga, if I'm not wrong.
In Luanda, around Luanda area. And if you look at
Vihiga.
so when you look at that area is a multi-ethnic, especially when you leave Maseno, you come to Luanda. Immediately you leave Luanda, going down, you come to Yala. So it can either be either Luo or a Luya name.
Yeah, so it was a gentleman that I respect so much. Instances where we've had, or we can we can give examples that Speaker Wetangula has always taken side. If you remember when we were about to have the impeachment of the deputy president, it is the same speaker. You remember him and even the deputy speaker going around and they gave their opinion on what they thought about the impeachment. And they were very categorical that they were going to do the impeachment. You remember the deputy speaker also clarified, saying how they were going to do the impeachment, even before the impeachment really got to the assembly. So we've had problems with the speaker of the National Assembly because he's always taken sides, and the role that he plays, the role that he plays does not allow him to do so. And I think that we are having the worst speaker in the, it's a continuation. The other time we had one that was somehow respecting the law at times with pressure, when pressure was mounted. But the one that we currently have, it is so unfortunate that he is a lawyer, and lawyers do take oath. And out of that oath, they've always, in that oath, they're supposed to do what we call being truthful and doing their role as per the prescription, what the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya says.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Makobura. And let's just go to the discussion of today. There are a few things that we want us to weigh our thoughts on, especially when we are seeing the cracks within ODM, and some remarks that also have come from the Right Honorable Prime Minister saying that the ODM is going to work with Kenya Kwanza, or to be very, very specific, is about the UDA until 2027. And if you listen also to Sifuna, he's saying that it will be very, very destructive to say that if you are going to work with all the Kenya Kwanza until 2027, and you also as a party, you are planning to run for presidency. So let me start with you, Miguda. How is ODM going to fight working with the Kenya Kwanza, the same time organizing themselves to run for presidency? How are they going to manage this?
Thank you. If you can hear me now, my audio.
Yeah, your audio is okay, sir.
Okay, I'm saying that is where the controversy is, because there is a position whereby there are some people who are persuaded that ODM actually can join the race and they can defeat President William Ruto. But there are people who are saying we are sticking to Ruto until 2027. Then the question we are asking, after 2027, what next? Are you going to be appointed? And I just want to give a example. You understand that right now they are saying they are in government, but you find out that they have 3 CS position in government. But the people who are protesting against this government, the Kikuyu nation, they had to almost 10 cabinet, including Indiki. And we are asking them, And that's where Ruto is also having an headache, because if Mount Kenya is gone and the most people in the cabinet are Mount Kenya, how are you going to persuade the Luos that there is their government?
Now, Miguda, this is what I want you to let us know, because like we want to look at, we are working here with ODM. We want to look at ODM, and right now, what is in the on the pipeline is from what we've heard. Right Honorable Prime Minister said that we are working with them until 2027. So which means immediately after 2027, they may or may not. And we have Edwin Sifuna also talks about, like, if we are working with them until 2027, in terms of preparing for presidential or in terms of preparing for an election, it's not going to be very easy, because remember, when you're working with the government, let's say the broad-based government, your requirement is to defend the government of the day, because you are working, you have to defend their policies and all that, And the same time, as a party, you are working on how you want to strengthen your party, bring in more people, so that you prepare yourself for the presidency. So my question to you is, how are you going to balance the same time fighting for the government and also, as an ODM, putting your house in order in preparation for an election of 2027?
That's what I was trying to explain, because I'm looking at it an angle whereby people have been told they're in government. But when you look at the composition, even the parastatals, there are no ODMs there. The fact that you have given us the CS for Treasury doesn't qualify people to be in that government. Then you are compelling people to support that government. That's the argument of Sifuna here. Because we don't see ODM in government. Even you are saying they're sticking to Ruto to 2027. Where are they in that government? Who is sticking to who? If the CS in ODM in the cabinet stick to Ruto 2027, there's no ODM there. The backup from the experts and the Raila Odinga maybe has hold William Ruto. But if they are preparing for elections, how are you going to persuade your people that you are in government? And if you look at the development to us, they are very strategic. Why Yoma Bay? Why not Migori? Why not Siaya? Why not Kisumu? People, me, I'm reporting what people now. People are saying, why Yoma Bay? Because you can't say you are bringing the development towards Nyanza, but you are just in Yoma Bay. Why can't you go to that region? Number two, how many positions have you rendered to ODM? Now you say they are in government. How many positions have you given them? That's why yesterday I was telling Makubura that mwisho moja kuna mtu anaoshwa hapa, na huyo mtu ni kama amegundua anaoshwa. Sasa ndio ameanza hizi makelele zake za kawaida ya kwamba mara tunatoka mara toki, but amegundua kwamba anaoshwa. That's a fact, because how are you going to persuade people that they're in government? And they have told you, the Kikus are saying they're not going to vote for William Ruto, but there are 10 in cabinet. ODM is only 1 in cabinet. Then you want to say they're in government. Which government? Which government? Which laws are they in government? And we have only one law there. So, his story tunajua. The thing is, the people are Sifuna anachanua wase, and people like Kaloma don't want the people to be enlightened. That the reality is, you are being dragged around things like Nadco reports. They have not been implemented. MOU has not been honored. So to me, I think that it's either we are in government or we are not. This issue of you are not, and you don't have even a position in that government. And that's why you understand even the previous regime, when we was in government, the people who were there were, many of them were Kikuyus. And we could say that Kikuyus and Kalenjins are in government, the 50-50 share in the first 2017. We can say authoritatively Kikuyus and Kalenjins were in government. I remember during that time, only Professor.
Okay, good idea. And I think there's something that also we need, when we are having this conversation, we need to start defining what is government, and at what point do we reach a point whereby we say that we are in government. Does it mean that we are only in government when one of us or somebody from our area or somebody from our party has been appointed to this position? What about those people who do not have any of their party members are not in government? So how do we define being in government, especially when we're looking at the context of Kenyan politics? Because when we're talking about the issue of being in government, this is something that has always been with us ever since ever since we got independence. And we've always looked at it this way, that the only time that I can be in government, or the only time that we are in the government, if our people, especially, and it had to be very specific, that this so and so is in government. When you go to Kambani, somebody has to come. Like, for example, today we had the story that we are trying to woo Kalonzo. The reports are that Kalonzo is trying to be wooed so that he can join the government. So does it mean that if Kalonzo join now, everybody's in government? So we have to define that. Mr. Joseph, also, I want just to also to get to get your thoughts, especially on what is happening in the political landscape, especially looking at how the situations are and what is happening in ODM and the Kenya Kwanza, whereby the ODM are trying their level best to support the government. At the same time, they're saying that, okay, they are going to working towards their election for 2027. So I want you to paint for me a scenario whereby the ODM worked with Kenya Kwanza, the Raila factor is not in the ballot box, and somebody from ODM, maybe, for instance, people are quoting Governor Wanga to be as a running mate. How is that one going to affect the base of Raila Molo Odinga and affect the Kenya Kwanza?
Thank you. I was hearing Brother Miguda. I'm not okay because he got lost. I wanted him to finish the point. I was enjoying the points he was giving. But let me on a lighter note say that wamebeba kikapu yote. You know, when you have the treasury, you have the kikapu yote. You're the one who is distributing everything. So yes, on a serious note now, because that one was a light one. Brother Miguda is asking a very valid question. Why do you continue saying that you're in the government when you have only 2 ministries? That is a very valid question. Everybody, even the people who are saying tunakula sasa, they are saying tunakula. We don't need people talking. Saizi ni table manners. How are you table manners and you have 2 people in the 2 people, I think, in the government? It's only Badi and Wandai. The other 2 guys are coming from Western and the other one from Coast. So how will you continue saying that you're in the government and unakula? And at that time, the other region that he said is not in the government has around 8 CSs. So don't you see there is an imbalance there? Because if unasema watu they are joining you for the government, you're supposed to then to kutoa watu wameshatoka kwa serikali because they are not helping you in any way. And I am hoping even he can do that very fast. We are waiting for them, those guys, those from Mount Kenya, watolewe mbio mbio wakuje watujoin huku kwa wakuwe citizens. We are waiting for them to become citizens because they don't even help us in anything. But that's why I always come and say, you see that mtu wetu syndrome is in the government, is a very dangerous one. And we need to stop that mtu wetu syndrome. It does not help anybody. I've been there. We have had 2 presidents, brother, 3, not even 2, 3. And there is nothing I can tell you, I can show of it. I'm still struggling my ways through and through. And even now it's even worse. So this mtu wetu syndrome, I think people should stop that nonsense. There is no day mtu wenyu atakuja kukuwasaidia. They always get those offices and they go back to stay in the places like Akina Karen and the other expensive places. They always come once a time. Na wakikuja ni wanakuja na mahelicopter huko kuwavurugia upepo, dust and all sort of things, and talking rubbish. And some of them come and try to even launch transformers and all sorts of things. So to come back to the topic, you were asking about if Raila and ODM about 2027. So why do you need to wait for 2027 so that you can come and tell us what you think? Why don't you tell us what you think about the government now? Because if you are telling us you are in the broad base, then okay, then you need to come clean and tell us you're in the government. Don't come and tell us that tuko kwa serikali. We don't know which side you are. Tell us I'm fully in government and I'm going to come and we are going to come and give you a candidate on 2027 at this certain time, this certain month. We know it's clear, but now if you say you are not in the government, you're in the government, we don't know where you are. And it's also very dangerous for ODM because last time they carried the sins of the last government. Most of it they carried the sins of the last government. So Do they think that even this time when they are carrying the sins of this government, they are still going to achieve what they want to achieve? Maybe they tell us they are just jokers. They don't want to achieve anything. And I saw today Mr. Youth Leader in ODM talking and saying that Sifuna should leave. So I'm wondering myself, why do you have dictatorial ship in the party? If somebody is trying to hear his views, that is his views. You can differentiate him from the CSG. If you don't want to hear his views, you can say that's Sifuna's views. We don't want to listen to them. But as a SG, you should talk about other things. Then you have mechanism to do these things. Why do you want to show it in the media? Call him to the party organs, call him to the party office. Tell him you want to take disciplinary action against him. Why are you afraid to take even disciplinary action against him? Take it. We see where it will lead, because I think this and it's ODM is in a very tight rope. You saw today they had demonstrations. Today you saw, Brother Benson. Did you see the demonstrations today?
I did not get that today. That missed me.
Yeah, they had a demonstration about party members. There is a guy who was given a party role, and they were saying no, he should be given to a younger person. Yeah. So
Okay.
it was all a very big deal. I think they gave it to one Kalenjin, and they were saying that it should go to another guy. So I'll get the names and I'll tell you just right now. And they were very angry, and so I think ODM is in a tight rope.
Is it about the issue of replacement of body on parliament or the nomination?
Yes, the replacement of, the replacement of body. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you so much. And let's say that we go with what the honorable member of Senate, that is Honorable Oburu Odinga, was saying, that the Sifuna should leave. And if you look at what Sifuna is speaking, Sifuna kind of like speak the voice of the people. This is what the ground is saying. How will that one affect them, bearing in mind that maybe by Sifuna leaving, might work with the majority of people who are watching him. I mean, like those who listen to him, his fan base. Then secondly, the politics of Western Kenya, because like the Western Kenya also will feel that, okay, we've been betrayed. How is that one going to affect especially the ODM and also the UDA, because the UDA are banking on the Raila Odinga support, especially when it comes to the politics of Western Kenya. How is that one going to affect them? This is what also Laban saying. Laban anasema kwamba most of those opposing Raila Odinga were geography students and don't understand the history. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So everybody is entitled to his view. That's why I was saying. You're saying about Sifuna. Yeah. I think they are afraid of sacking him. If they could have already sacked him. If they want to remove their tentacles, let them sack him. Yeah, I'm even still waiting for them to sack. Sifuna is my constituency. I vote in Nairobi, so is my senator. So and I voted for him. So I'm waiting for them to sack him, because you cannot be continuing to tell people that you are a balloon. Today I heard they're calling him a balloon. Ati watasijui atampiga sijui msumari nini. You're just a balloon. They tell him that you are just like a babu na mwamba. If it's the same, just sack him, and we see what will happen. That is what even people of Western are waiting. Some of them. Let us see the game, because you cannot be threatening people because they are coming to speak. Laban has come here and shared that he's KBB. I cannot come and say no, you are not supposed to support KBB. I can say another different opinion. Everybody is entitled to your opinion, but if you're in a party and you don't have, then it means your party is not a democratic. Does not have democracy. Then the name democratic should be removed in your party. It should be called on the Orange Movement. It should be removed democracy in it.
Okay, thank you so much. Marco Bura, I want you to also paint for us a picture, because we are talking about Raila Odinga, especially when you look at Raila Odinga and his rich history, what he has played in the country. It's so much admirable for so many people, and majority of politicians, of young people, all walks of life. Like every time you mention to to them or they talk about their political journey, they always mention the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And right now we are seeing, especially people like Okongo Mogeni, who are coming from the Kisii, are saying they're not supporting the decision that the Right Honorable Prime Minister had to work with the government through memorandum of understanding. When you see the Western Kenya members of parliament and the Nyanza member of parliament, a few of them are attacking Sifuna and attacking him with some words that are not very good. What that this one affects the admiration role, especially in terms of politics and legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga?
It does, and it's really affecting the personality and even the character of Raila Amolo Odinga, because remember, Raila Amolo Odinga has played a big role in the Republic of Kenya. Yeah. He's the father of what we call democracy, or the father of, he's always been seen as a father figure of the nation. He's always been seen as a savior of the nation, and mostly a savior of those people that their rights are being violated by the state. And, since the MOU that Raila Amolo Odinga got into with the government, and remember, while they were getting in this MOU, partly what they had signed were, of course, respecting the rights of the people, respecting the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, among others. But if you see that the 10 agenda point that they did sign is not being honored or is not being implemented, the question then the people are asking is, was it then was it then a lie? Because the only positive thing that ODM can say that they did get is the cabinet secretaries, 4 cabinet secretaries of their members called the experts. So on the role of ODM itself, I think with consistent differences that we are seeing and the calling of names, and the people who are being called names are the people who are trying to stand with the Constitution, the people who are trying to stand with the 10 agenda points, and they are trying to come out to remind the party that, remember, we had an agreement and these were the list of things that we needed to be sorted. And, if that happens, you find that those people who are already closer to the people in government or closer to the experts, they are having a different opinion. They are thinking that when some of us attack the people working in government, then we are not going to eat. I think that is the narrative. They are not going to eat. And another question that we are asking is, well, there's a group of leaders who are saying that ODM should remain in broad-based. And the question would then be, ODM was built. If you remember how ODM was built, it's a party that, if you hear of ODM normally, you'd think that this is a party that is going to stand with the people. Even if it means going for demonstration, they will be out. When they see people are being killed, they will always get to the ground. But, this is now changing, because the people who are standing with the realities, the people who are standing with, the true fact that the people have always known ODM of, they're the people who are now being attacked. The like of Sifuna, for example. Sifuna coming up and saying that people should not be killed. Corruption has to end. He's the one today who is being attacked. And the question I think the people of Kenya are asking is, has ODM changed? What they used to stand for, has it changed? And then they are looking at the bigger person who really represents the ODM. ODM is represented, if you hear ODM, it is Raila Amolo Odinga. The question here is, has Raila Amolo Odinga as a person forgotten how ODM and the values and the visions that ODM really had? Well, another question that the people are asking is, why is it then? Why is it that the people of Kenya are not seeing Raila Amolo Odinga coming out categorically to say that, well, this is the stand of the ODM party. We are not in any way going to associate ourselves with the government if wakikosa kutimiza the 10 agenda point. We've not seen that. What we are seeing is mixed conversation where a group of senior ODM members are having their own thought, while also a group of other leaders are having their own thought. And this is going to be disastrous for the party. It is disastrous to the people of Kenya. It is disastrous to the followers of ODM, because they've gotten to a point where they do not know which way to go. And of course, when there's a lot of confusion.
Makobura, why do you say they do not know which way to go? But now you're talking about ODM that has like two factions. There are those who are for and those who are against. But all of them knows, because like if you're supporting the government,
this is why I'm saying that.
Let's say like this. Let's just be very factual, because like if they're following the government, they know why they're following the government. And those who do not follow the government, or those who do not support the government, they have the reason why. Not that they don't know.
Brother Ben, let me just give it an example to you. If, for example, you have a father and a mother, and the two parents are having their own differences, and you as a child, you really did not want to get into whatever is causing their differences. You will get to a point where utabaki ukisimama katikati, unajiuliza wanataka kuachana, niende side gani? Niende side ya mama ama niende side ya baba? And so there will be that confusion, and out of that confusion, anything can happen. If mmoja wao akikuja akikwambia huyu alikuwa anataka kukuoa, huyu alikuwa anataka kuchukua sijui nini, emotions would then come in, and of course that would literally make the followers who are not really following either, who believes in ODM and what it stands for, to get in a confusion mode, and they can easily be brainwashed to do what is not, to follow other people who should not, who do not really have good intention. That is what I think.
Okay, thank you. So, in other words, you're talking of the fanatical base of the ODM. They will be left undecided on which side should we go with, or should we go with the government, those who are supporting the government and those who are not supporting the government. Okay. Miguda, thank you so much, Mr. Makobura. Miguda, I want you to talk about the when you look at what happened, especially we are looking from the time the Sufuria movement came, then what happened was the Nadco. And if you look at Nadco report, if you give it a bigger look, that was capturing the Azimio, because like we know very well that Kalonzo Musyoka was one of the members who were in that committee, including Eugene Wamalwa, who later refused to sign the report. Then from Nadco report, there was no implementation. Then we came up with the 10-point agenda. The 10-point agenda. So from that, and the expert or the people in the political class, or the not political class per se, but the people, the big analysts usually say that the idea of broad-based government, especially the birth of it, was during the Nadco. By just initiation of the Nadco report, that was the route that gave birth to the broad-based government. It was going to happen whether the Gen Z could have protested or no. Because we've always seen whereby if you say that there's a negotiation whereby we call them the two principles. When you talk about two principles, you talk about people with the same rank, especially. So this was bound to happen. But since the actualization of Nadco did not achieve what it was supposed to achieve, to see that everybody, including the Azimio, to get into the government, it did not happen because of Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa. Now the 10-point agenda was just to seal, or memorandum of understanding was just to seal that conception that was started earlier. Do you agree with that, or at some point you might be having a different view on it?
I'm having a different view, but
okay.
Today I'm just going slowly, and I might be brief because there's a problem in my voice. I think tomorrow I'll pick up very good. So, you bear with me. I'm going slowly. So, first, let me finish my point. I was saying, I wanted to say one thing, that even the 2007, 2008, when we had the coalition government, there were visible of laws in the cabinet. We saw Orengo, land, We saw the late Tino Kajwang, immigration. We saw Oburu, assistant treasury. We saw Mbadi, assistant minister for prime minister. We saw, there were like four. We saw four. Then, right now, not that I'm tribal, they will tell that ODM is not a tribal party, that they have divided to coast and western, then to Lu. But coast was having there, Aisha was there, and even western Ababu was there. So I believe that first, I'm convinced that the laws are not in government, and they're being forced to support something that they are not part and parcel, and by few people who are flower girls. At least you could have had that in the present government. So the reason why the issue of Nadco report being initiated as the part of the broad-based government, the reason why I disagree is because you find out that after the establishment of the broad-based government, Kalonzo Musyoka and the team were not incorporated into the cabinet, but they were part and parcel of the Raila report. Remember, Kalonzo Musyoka was co-principal. So to me, that's why I have a divergent end route, that Nadco was something else and broad-based is another thing else. I can't compare the two. But what is important, because I'm also listening to the people. People are saying, if the people who are opposing the current president are the one who are more in cabinet, and the president is wooing other people supporting him, but they are not visible in the cabinet, that's where Akona Kibarua. That's what I was trying to report. Makubura, back to you.
Miguda, maybe there's a point that you are trying to make before you left. I don't know whether you can finish you were trying to say that the problem that is there is that the people are trying to ask themselves that, is it because that is the Luo region? Is it because of the two members of cabinet that they have? Is that the reason why they are supposed to then support this government? You are supposed to finish that. Allow me to acknowledge the presence of Sankara. Honorable Sankara is watching via Facebook. Thank you so much, Sankara, for finding time to join us. We really appreciate. And Sankara, I saw you somewhere. Sijui kama ni wewe. I think we'll need to get time and labda utuambie kama umepata political party ama namna gani. Yeah, so let me also acknowledge the presence of Gypsy Corner. There's also Asili 2 TV. There's Laban Misiani. There's Father Didi. Judith Karitha, among others. If you're watching for the first time, kindly like and subscribe. This is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. Mr. Miguda, you can finish the...
Yeah, allow me to finish, but you need to give me fewer minutes because I can't talk for long. So I was saying, few people or two. Me, I'm seeing one. You people, I don't know where is the second one. There's only one Luo in the cabinet. I don't know where the second one you guys are seeing. You have been saying two here. So one person has been given the CS. Even if he's in the treasury. But you want the entire community to support you because you have rewarded them with one CS. That is why we are going to have a difference when it comes to deciding on where to vote. It's like we are escorting you. We can't be used. Why must people be used? And the question is valid. How many CS do we have compared to the Mount Kenya who are opposing this government? Then you are coming to lecture people like, you must protect this government by your life. You Luos, you don't know how to be in government. You can't eat and speak at the same time. Who is eating? So hiyo ukora tuwache nayo. Hii mambo ya ukora ya siasa conmanship tuwacheni nayo. You are calling an old person that the communities in government. How? There's no establishment structure that the communities in government. We can say the experts are in government, not the community. And that is where now the rubber will meet the road, come to the next election. Because like I've told you, people are talking. I listen even to Ramogi TV when we have discussions. They are saying there's a problem. And today they were saying the problem is how comes the people who have left him are more than the people who want to join him in the cabinet. That's the question we are discussing. And some two people are telling us that keep quiet, you can't eat and speak. Or they're telling us that it's our time to eat. Eat what? Who is eating? So I think that's where I'm trying my point. That thing must be reconsidered. Even when we are going to have a crisis meeting for the party, how I wish I could be the ODM member. I could have raised that issue that yeah, it's a case whereby. So that's I think the friends of the president are in government, not the community. And the issue of empowerment, selecting some few regions that they're empowering women. So after they have got to the second term, they're not going to empower men. Iteration up. This commanship, I think, is not a good politics in the country. We should ensure that the people are just in a hurry. They don't want to make things in a structured manner. They don't want to accept there's a problem, sort it once and for all. They're in a hurry moving across the country for 2027. They're moving very fast. Some people also being kept in brief that you are in government. That is my concern. Me, I don't see a scenario whereby the community is in government. Once yes, then we are in government. All of a sudden, how? Lianza lini? So that's how the people are belittling you people. Then you have to admit it. We must have a structured conversation because we have seen governments before. We saw the coalition government. It was structured. You are right inside the government. We have seen government in 2013, the Ruto, 50-50. They were right inside the government. We were in the opposition. So until we agree on those structured conversation, that is when we will defend. But we can't defend something that we are being caused that you must do die. You must defend. You must protect with your life. To me, let us be honest as citizens or as leaders. Let us not sway our people. And the current leadership of the entire parliament, they should be sent home. Because right now, some people have not represent, have not oversight, have not legislate, have not work, but they are riding on that narrative. Tuko kwa serikali. Tuko kwa serikali. Now for them to be re-elected, really, I don't think we are going to decide our leaders on that ground. We are not going to decide our leaders because they are sycophants and pledging loyalty to individuals. If you say that you're the individuals, they are coming for you the way they came for Okayo. So we are not going to have that conversation as young people. And I will advise young people that let's have a different view of the government. Let us not just join the bandwagon that akisema yes ni yes, akisema right ni right, akisema left ni right, akisema ruka juu, you just ask how high. No. Let us pause. We should pause and ask ourselves, yeah, this is the discussion. But there are some XYZ are not happening here, being informed by the east of the country. So unless you persuade me on that ground, and I'm just speaking for the majority, we are majority, we are many, unless you come and persuade the people on those ground. And also lastly, we have to anticipate it is the role of the president, prerogative power or veto to appoint the CS. You have backed him. He has got in second term. There is no assurity that they are going to appoint you CS because they're doing their last term. Remember Raila aiding Uhuru to run shake, but there was no single CS Raila saw from Uhuru. So that is my position, and I do not owe anybody any apology or explanation why I have that different view.
Okay, thank you. Allow me to read some few comments here. And Irene is saying, Bona Raila is the community and community is Raila. All the way, Raila Kipata, community imepata. That the take of a Kenyan person who has been a victim of conmanship. Asili, on the other hand, is saying, at the same time, Miguda, the problem maybe when Kikuyu get their share, they take it all. But when Luos get a share, they divide it among ODM members, not Luos.
Makubura, pause and kindly pause dakika moja tu nimeomba. I agree with Asili 2 TV 100%. 100%. 100%. Because some people can get the government, then they'll have it amongst themselves. But when the so-called community by Irene Irware got a chance, the issue of inclusion, we are not saying that we ride on tribal, but that's the reality. Because there is no way you just want to marginalize individuals in your region for your own self-gain, that you want to be the superhero of all time. Anybody rising, you are against that person. So I don't subscribe to that school of thought, and I will not subscribe to that school of thought. Rigathi Gachagua currently is campaigning in the US, and it's very categoric that even the current ambassador of, I don't know, New York, I don't know, Washington, I don't know, is a challenging. And he said, if they win, the first person to recall is that ambassador because he's a challenging. So you understand what I'm trying to say? And this issue is affecting some people. These are the serious issues we are addressing. You want to use some people like stepping stone. How? As a Gen Z, I'm raising those concerns. Bring conclave, bring Nadco, bring MOU. Those are the questions I'm raising. That Asili TV has seen what I'm saying. That some people wakipata ni wao peke yao. And also remember, that's why I brought the issue of 2017. 50-50, Kalenjin Kikuyu. The community was in opposition for 10 years. So, because Magoa was the only CS from the Luo community in Siaya. Right now, Luos have only one CS. It's the same thing. So, let's agree that they are just being used to sustain the government in existence, but they are not in government. Makubara, back to you.
Okay, thank you. Maybe a good friend, Joseph, what is your take on that same matter before we get into maybe something else, Joseph, that you can also give your take on? We are seeing a consistency where, the people of Kenya have started something called recalling their members of parliament. We saw Kimani Shungo is the member of parliament of Kikuyu. There's that process going on, and today or yesterday there was also a group of Kenyans who had presented a letter before the IEBC in request recall the women rep of Nairobi, Pasaris, Honorable Pasaris. And among the things that they're accusing them is these leaders have forgotten their role or their work, and they've neglected their role, whereby they're saying that they are not respecting they're not respecting what we call the constitution. They are not advocating for the rights of the people. They are not speaking on behalf of the people. They are not doing what we call representation at its best, as it's in its best. And those are some of the reasons. So as you come, Joseph, you can come. Miguda will also give his take on what it takes and the process. That what it takes for the people of Kenya to to recall the members of parliament, because we are seeing that thing is coming and is now becoming something that is being practiced. We are yet to see if they will manage. So Joseph, you can come and give your take on that, and as well you can give your take on the same topic and the comments that we are seeing here from Asili and Gypsy Corner and Irene. Allow me to also welcome Mary Wanaina. Mary is here is saying it is true. Nadco will not see the light. Why should Raila bring conclave? Is it Raila believe Nadco is dead? Yeah, Joseph. To our viewers, whoever also wants to join, I've shared a link. You can just click the link. It will direct you, and you can come and give us your take as well.
Thank you, my brother. It's called technology. It. I have just come out. I pressed the wrong button and I was poof out. So you will help me as a Gen Z in in these things. Technology and immortal. Then another thing I want to say. I will today. I will just keep off the word eating, feeding, and 64 shillings. I see it is becoming hot in here. I see people are getting hot because of the terms. I will try to avoid them. But as Miguda has said, there is nothing I can add from what brother Miguda has said. It's a conmanship to the community. It is very bad. It is skunk. What I'll say is skunk. How can you be having one person as a person, and you're saying that that you're right on the center, on the middle of the government? I support Miguda what he has said. The community is being played on behalf of people, on behalf of small clique of people who want to control the community and always take advantage and use the community for their own benefit. Also, I would also like to agree with Madam Mary Maina when she says that Nadco will not see the day they see the light, because it is already dead. Nadco will never be implemented, and as we heard from the rumors that Rigathi was saying, Ruto is shelving it for after 2027 so that they can have a pact that Raila will support him, that he can be able to introduce it after 2027. So for that one, I agree with Mary that it will not see the day of light. And to come to the point that you have asked me, my brother, about recalling, is just a waste of time, because I came here and we were having the same discussion the other day with Brother Benson and Mzalendo in the channel. And I had the conditions that are set for one to be recalled, is that we need to take back these names to parliament. Do you think there is any parliamentarian who is going to vote for one of their colleagues to be removed in parliament? I highly doubt it. So for us, it's unfortunate. That's what I came and spoke here the other day. I said that we have a problem, that we have a problem of people don't have means of checking or checking and balances within the parliament. People don't have ways to oversight the parliament, and that is a problem. That's why we came here with Brother Benson the other day, and we were talking and saying that, why do these institutions, we have a parliament which is supposed to oversight the government, the executive, and the judiciary is supposed to oversight all of them too, but parliament, you don't have a body that can oversight it. It's unfortunate. It's something that it needs to be discussed, because we cannot be having rogue people that have entered into you may not know a rogue person until he enters into power. So it's unfortunate that you cannot be able even to recall these members of parliament, because if the motion is going to be taken back to parliament, as I was told here, I was informed. I think it is there is nothing we can do until we wait for them till 2027, because I heard also that they have written that you can only recall a member of parliament after 2 years, and you can also not recall a member of parliament the last 1 year, I think. So where do they expect us to be recalling the members of parliament in the third year, or what? It's very confusing. So I think the framers of the constitution, they could have come clear also on how we could recall, because when the framers of the constitution were getting this constitution, I think they were coming in good light, and thinking that we are going to have a gentleman agreement. When leaders come, they are going to be having a gentleman agreement with the people, that when they enter to power, they are going to listen to the people. But what we have people who have gone rogue. And I think for this not to happen again, we should have something that can be able to give the citizens outright to be able to articulate this issue and recall their members of parliament in ease. It's not a must it goes to parliament. People should be able to recall, because they are the ones who have delegated their powers to the members of parliament. They are the ones who have given them directly. So I don't know why it becomes very hard for us to go back and say we need the power of the people back. It's like they have created that buffer of security of channel, that they are untouchables. Now they have become untouchables. Nobody can touch them. So they pretend they can talk the way they want. You hear them talking. Another MP from my area there is saying that even he knows that he's not going to come back after 5 years, so he's going to do whatever he wants. So I think we have gone low as a country. We have gone low as institutions that are supposed to bring sanity in the country. And one of them, that's why I always insist on parliament. Parliament has gone such low that there is no sanity back in it. It is outrightly dead, and we cannot revive it. Even if we try to give it CPR, it is dead and completely dead, because you cannot be having people coming and talking and belittling the people who gave them the votes, and they are talking back at them. When you tell them what you need as a constituency, they try to talk you back and ask, what are you trying to tell us? We are the ones who are supposed to be. I had even another guy who is calling himself an honorable member, who is not even honorable, saying that I am the one who is supposed to tell you what we are supposed to be doing, that you are not supposed to be going to the ground to hear what the people are saying. I'm the one who is supposed to be telling the people what we are supposed to be. What kind of nonsense is that we hear in this age and time? That an MP can come and vomit such rubbish in the social medias. It's so unfortunate, and it's disgusting. And I don't think we are going to recover from this for a while. These members, they have damaged the fabric of the society. They have damaged the institutions. They have damaged everything. I think resuscitating our country back to the levels they were, I think it is going to take a time. It is going to take us some time, because all the institutions you see. That's why I applaud the members of parliament who are saying, not all of them they are wrong. There is some of them who are saying, and they come and say, no, what we are doing is not acceptable, and what the executive is doing is unacceptable. Nowadays, brother Kevin, you see, even any bill that is brought by the executive is always passed. It's just a rubber stamping authority. It's just they rubber stamp, they carry it forward. Kuja leta bill tupitishe. Hata siku hizi usikii nei, unasikia tu yay inapita. All the eyes have it. Wanasema yay, unasikia imepita. We don't even hear the nays in that bunge, because if it is captured, and they always come in the TV shows telling us it's not captured. The parliament is outrightly captured by the executive, and it is dead, and we cannot bring it back. So for us saying that we are going to recall them, I think it is a waste of time. Let us prepare for ourselves for these guys to go home. The people you feel aggrieved by it, just take them home. That is the only thing we can do. And don't let them come near power again. Let them go completely. What they have done, whatever they have stolen, let them go and eat it and enjoy when they are there. And if what I can advise Kenyans is, if your member of parliament did some things that you did not like, sometimes even we can take them to some of the courts and charge them, because there is things they have done, stealing, looting of coffers and everything. And imagine a member of parliament is going to parliament to say that we should continue with CDF, and the same member of parliament cannot go and discuss that capitation of students is being decreased from 22,000 to 17,000. I wonder what kind of members do we have in parliament? That when a debate of impeachment comes, the house is very full. But when we have a debate about things that are affecting our country, like the education system, the health system, the security sector system, you hear them, they are not in Bunge. You find only 20 members of parliament. Sometimes even they are told they don't have a quorum. So it's so unfortunate that that when we have things that are not even helping our country, they are always there. You can see they are full houses. But when they have things that are not important of the country, that is when we see they are pretending that they're in the empowerments and doing the empowerment. I don't even understand where we went as a country. We are still it's a problem, brother Kevin. But I think where we have reached, I think we'll take some time before we recover these institutions back. It has gone to a down low that I've never seen.
Okay, thank you so much, Joseph. And Miguda, you can also give us your take on how possible is it going to be for the members of the Republic of Kenya to recall members of parliament that they feel are not doing their role. You can also give us your take on this. This was the Standard, where it was reporting that a section of ODM youths led by Chairman John Ketora addresses the press at Chungwa House, Nairobi on July 28, 2025. They criticized IBC chairperson Erastus Ethekong for nominating Harold Kimuge Kipchumba to replace National Treasury CS John Mbadi in the National Assembly, arguing the position should have gone to youth chairperson John Getora also. And the question I'm asking you, Miguda, again, if you're coming, does the IBC has the single role of directly picking the person that they are giving that position, or it is a party's choice? You can clarify to us that. And again, you can also give us your take on what you think about that, nomination, being that, the young people of the Republic of Kenya had gone for several demonstrations, and what they wanted was inclusion. They wanted to be included in the government. Didn't you think this thing would have gone to someone, maybe some Gen Z somewhere? Meguda?
Okay, Marco Bura. First, let me begin by answering the question of recall. I've tried to read the provision, but it is not explained into details. It's just that a member of parliament can be recalled, then full stop. Right to recall, then in the paragraph A, I think it is paragraph A, say that a member of parliament can be recalled. Then it is silent. Now, how do you recall a member of parliament? I was interested sometimes back when I met the provision that right to recall, but also practically, if you go back to your constituency, you find that there are some residents who are allied to the current MP, and you must go to the people, collect the signatures. Maybe they can send many black or goons to disrupt your exercise or public participation, such things. You understand, they cannot allow. So the best way to do it, my good friends, ballot is our solution. Some people are saying, if bunge tunaangusha, ballot, let us do it ballot, everybody, wherever you are in the country. The appointment by I think the nomination of Kipchumba, to me, this guy was already nominated in the Senate. Then he was dismissed on some grounds. Then someone else took that position. Then he was at home. Then he has been brought back to parliament, citing people with disability. Don't we have disability people in parliament? Must we have that person for him to reflect the people with disability? So youths have been denied chance. And these are the people telling us to join ODM. So do you want us to join the party with the kind of things they're doing? How are you going to convince people to join the party if you cannot give a Gen Z that slot? that is not going to happen because they are using young people as tools for goons, causing chaos, protecting them by their lives in rallies. We are saying no to those activities because they ought to have given us some lucrative positions like the nomination of the member of parliament. Today, if they nominate you, it's a lucrative one to you. So you go there in parliament and you start representing the youths, you start oversighting, you start legislate. So you stand on the ground and you oppose Wetangula. You recall Wetangula parliament. Let him come to parliament, not going to through the empowerment program. Kwani hiyo bunge hakuna kazi ya kufanya? Speaker anatembea tu ovyo ovyo. So if you in parliament, you can now you talk firm. You understand? So they should give youths opportunities. That's why we don't trust these people. And these youths, there are some youths, even people say, who betrayed you? Some youths betrayed the cause because they were compromised to delay the movement, to kick him out, as Sifuna could put it. Some youths were compromised to kick him out. So the IBC, I understand very well that it is the party that first you nominate an individual, then you represent to the registrar of political parties. You deposit that name. Then the registered political party will submit it to the IBC for insertion. They insert it into their portal. Now they are inserting the name. That's how these things do happen. Come from the party, registered political party, IBC, they're all just in fact. You understand the insert and delete. You are an IT expert. So they insert the name. I think that is what is happening when it comes to the issue of IEBC. I never heard your last question, Mark, but if you can repeat. Today I have a lot of problem.
Just wanted you to give your clarification on what it takes to, to recall a member of parliament, and at the same time, I also wanted you to give your take on what you've just spoken about. Maybe before Joseph comes in, Edwin Sifuna met with Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad, who serves as ODM deputy party leader, to discuss the way forward amid speculation of Sifuna quitting the party. You can as well give us your take on, ODM party. We have 3 deputy party leaders. That is the governor of Mombasa, the governor of Kisii, and the senator of Vihiga. That's Honorable Sotsi. And the question that I'm bringing forth is if Abdul Samad, who is the governor of Mombasa and the deputy party leader, is in good communication, and we've always seen him with the senator of Nairobi, Edwin Sifuna. At the same time, the deputy party leader, Honorable Osotsi, who is the senator of Vihiga, is also a close ally of Edwin Sifuna. And remember, these are party leaders representing different regions. What is your take? Do you think with senior political party leaders supporting the the Secretary General of ODM, do you think it can be easy for the naysayers, or those who do not believe in his leadership, the leadership of Edwin Sifuna, to get him out of the party? Remember, the party leader himself, Raila Odinga, also came out to give his take on the same matter. And he said that Sifuna speaks on behalf of the party. But again, after those comments, we've seen quite a number of ODM leaders, including the governor of Homa Bay, Kaloma, among senior ODM members, coming out to criticize. Not just ODM members, we've also seen the Kenya Kwanza members also coming out to call for his resignation or to be sent out of the party. How easy or how possible is it going to be for ODM to send him out? And if he remains in the party, what are going to be? How easy is it going to be for him with the hard stance that he's taken? Do you think he's going to fully be making such kind of decisions and coming out calling a press to give his take, or their, the take of the minority, or those people who have a divergent opinion on whether to support the government? How is it going to go in ODM? Or are we waiting to see a complete divide in this party?
Yeah, I think it is a complete divide, a split. We are anticipating a split because it is convenient for Sifuna being outside than inside, because you have had those shots being called by other people. So if they end up with the structured MOU 27, some people might bolt out because it doesn't favor their re-election. There are those people who are popular being outside than inside. So if you are popular outside, you have to bolt. But if you are inside, most of the people who are inside, they are waiting for the appointment from the president. And the experts are not seeking for any elective seat. So they are inside because it favors them. If they go outside, they are not popular. No one will elect them. But Sifuna is popular outside than inside. So to me, if the party can't get out with the party leader, some people must just get out. They have no option because they are more popular outside than inside. And some people must just remain inside as they are waiting for appointment from, they say after. Anyway, so I think Sifuna is popular outside than being inside. So to me, either way, if they decide to support, he must bolt. If they bolt, well and good. So they are going to get out some section of MPs and some section of people. It depends on your constituency. Remember, there are some constituencies whereby you just have to be in a position for you to be elected. If you are in government, they're done with you. So one of them is Nairobi County. For you to be mostly the people come from opposition. You understand, Kidero came from opposition. Sonko also came from opposition because Kidero was defending the seat. And Sachs came from opposition. So that's why people like the young man are strategizing from opposition, not in government. So you can make a surprise from opposition as Nairobi governor, vis-a-vis senator, and also some constituencies within Nairobi. So such people they have no option but just to find their party or go with independent, or they might look for a uniform they can put on during the competition. There are many jerseys you can put on. In opposition, you can put on the jersey for Wiper. You can put on the jersey for Matiangi serving a party. You can put on the jersey for DAP. You can put on the jersey for Wamunyoro. You can put on the jersey for... There are many parties there. So you must look for your jersey so that at least you... And remember, it's very technical because if you must be governor, you must look at the county assembly, the MCS, because the impeachment process. So as you plan to be governor, you must strategize how you are going to also manage the wards within Nairobi so that cases of impeachment and cases of other things, you might sort them in the future. I think that's my take. Back to you, Makubura.
Okay, thank you, Miguda. Joseph, what is your take on hii mambo ya Sifuna? He's having close relationship with the deputy party leaders, with the party leader himself, but majority of members of the party are having a different opinion. So my question to you, do you think Sifuna would be making decision and calling the presser to give his own narrative or his way of thinking, or will he be representing the party? And with that divide in leadership, how possible is it that this party is going to continue operating? Joseph?
Thank you, Brother Mark. What I can answer about that, I will just say one thing. Between Sifuna and Oburu Odinga, I would believe Oburu Odinga so much than Sifuna, because we have seen things that Oburu Odinga has said and they have come to light. And if you hear Oburu Odinga saying what he spoke today, I don't know if you heard what he spoke today you would believe in what he says because he's a close relative, leave even a close member of the cream of the cream in ODM, but he's also a relative to the party leader. And I believe what he's saying than what Sifuna is going to say, because he has shown that he's like the advisor to his brother. Is he elder brother or younger brother? I think so. She has shown that he can be able. He always advises the party leader on various issues regarding the politics of the party. So I think Sifuna should start also calculating his strategy of how he's going to be exiting, because it's like those guys, they don't want him there. And it's not only Sifuna. I think they have a problem. The party has a problem with young people. Also, even if you look at Babu Owino, they have been targeting him so much. Babu, when he seems like he's going to be talking, they always seem like they are going to just put him down. So for ODM party, I think the goose is cooked, and they know what they are doing. And I know the things that will happen just some few days to come. We are going to see what will happen, the revelations. But what I know, maybe Sifuna goose is cooked, and we are going to see what is going to happen. But the problem that will be, if they do that, I think that one will bring shockwaves to people in regions, in other regions, because there is people who still are following Sifuna, and there is members of parliament also from the ODM who are supporting him. So if he leaves, I think also there will be a great gap within the leadership and also some of the parties. And I'm waiting to see which candidate they are going to place for Kasipul, because that one will be the shocker. Because if they are going to go with this son of Kasipul of Gondowere, it's going to be a nail on the coffin. Because now people are going to start claiming that the party has become a one regional party. So for these things, I hope we are going to see what will happen in the coming few days. We need to give them just an eye. We are going to know what will happen. But for me, as I saw Mr. Uburu talking, the youth leader, I thought that is game shot. That game is done. It's done and dusted. So I don't see any other thing, Mr. Kevin. Back to you.
Okay. Maybe you've brought forth the issue of Kasipul. Maybe before we end, Miguda can give us what is really happening on the ground. And Miguda, Joseph here has asked who do you think they're going to give that ticket? Remember, the chairperson of ODM, the governor of Homa Bay, is in support of the son of Ongondo Were to be given that particular ticket. And the people actually, they've been working with him. And remember what they did say while he was being buried, that they're going to fight to ensure that he's given that ticket, that the ticket is given to someone within that family. So I think Joseph, to me, I just think that they'll give it to the son of Ongondo Were, based on the previous comments that these politicians made. Remember, the role that the chairperson has, and remember, the chairperson is the governor, and the close relationship that Ongondo Were had with the governor can tell you the likes of Kaloma, how they've been speaking about this particular leader. So I think they are really going to give it to the son of Ongondo Were, that ticket. But for now, wanachezea tu hawa wengine so that the time can come. But at the final day, my thinking is that they will give it to the son of Ongondo Were, a direct ticket to go for that particular seat. Mingude, you can give us an update on that so that Joseph can give his remarks as well on that same. On what is happening in Kasipul.
Kasipul Kabondo. Just like that name. Kasipul Kabondo. It's just obvious. Though we have worthy competitors like the people who have invested for a quite long since 2017. People like Philip Aroko, the one who is trying to come, the new one, Robert Riaga, the son to the late Luo, care of Luo, the president of Luo, Meshak Yagogalo, the famous Manibior. So I think it's obvious they are going to give direct ticket. We know the party, so there's no cause for alarm. Those even the people like Manibiora and Harako, they're just trying to make all the fans account for this. But the fact is they're going to give the ticket to the son to Ongondo Were, because Raila said the king is dead, long live the king. So Ongondo is dead, long live Ongondo, the son. So the son is going to get the ticket for ODM because they are very comfortable with the son than the other aspirant. But it has attracted like 28 aspirants. Even the one for Ogonja, they are going to give direct ticket to the current CDF manager. You have seen people like Sami Obudo or Sam Budo. They have gone to DAP because they are also interested in Ogunja. So that is how you understand this compromise. There's no nomination, in short, and that's why we as young people we should not join that party, because it will not accommodate us as young people. You are just being used as a tool to be a goon, to protect their vehicle in the rally, to vote for them. But when there are opportunities, they either go for the family or the highest bidder. So in this case, they are going for the family. Remember the case of Tino Kajwang? And even right now, they're lying to people that the ODM is going to do free and fair nomination in 2027. Let me tell you, my friend, don't risk. If you have money and if you want to be an MP, wait. There's no end for being leadership. You can even win. You can even become an MP in 2032. But for now, 2027, the current leadership, the sycophants, are going to make a comeback. Back to Makobura.
Okay, thank you. Maybe Joseph, I think I gave my take. I'd given my take on that, and Megud has also clarified. I don't know whether you have any other question on that before.
Yeah, if he has said like that, then it shows how ODM is as a party. And I don't think it has space for young people, the same as what Miguda has said. I'll also echo what he has said. I don't think there is any opportunity for young people in that party, and people should start charging their cause. And I think maybe when they give that son, in my own thinking, it is going to be a rough nomination for them there. From my thinking, I don't know if it will be that, but I think it will be a rough one in Kasipul Kabondo. Kabondo. I like that name. So I think it is going to be a rough one. And that's why I said when I came to the show, let's remove D from ODM, the Democratic Party, and just say it's an ODM movement. Because when we say democratic, it has really shown how it is dealing with democracy among its members, that they can also even refuse other people members. Babu Owino is one of the members that makes me very angry, because he has become very loyal to that party, and for all they have done is they have been trying to push these people, these leaders, young leaders down, and it's very unfortunate. I think political parties, they're supposed to be embracing young people. That is what I know. You cannot be always embracing you old people. What is your vision as a party exactly? If you are going to just be bringing the same older people and the same family members in the same party, you don't give even a chance for democracy in that party. I can see Rabban saying ODM is known for democracy, but he has not been there. To speak the truth. We have seen kids of politicians coming and they are being given direct tickets. That is nothing that we have not seen. So I think everybody has his own view on what it has. And also he has said that it has mentored me. I would love to see those people who have been mentored, because most of them, you see, they are dragged down. Most of those young people, they are dragged down. Brother Miguda, can you give me any person who is in ODM, who is a young person who is in leadership? Only Sifuna, Who can you tell me is a young person within the leadership ranks of ODM? I know only Sifuna, and Sifuna also is in hot soup in ODM. So if they remove Sifuna, who will remain there as a young person? We saw there was a young person. I don't know if Babu Namwamba was a young person at that time. I don't know his age well, but I think at that time he was the youngest person in ODM, and we saw what happened to him. So it's not democratic when you don't. That's why you see some of the Gen Zs, they don't want to relate with ODM because they wonder, are we going to be given some things? We saw some seats. You saw even Kasamuel. Kasamuel, they said that is a person who is growing within political ranks. But if they were trying to mentor him, I think they could have given him some of the responsibilities in the party. So when you become a party who does not even echo the young people and you don't give them a chance, I think you are losing the party. It's not only in ODM. In many of the parties, we are seeing people. Young people are not given the chance. I always hear them saying that we are this vijana ndio I think they say vijana ndio nini ya kesho. Why do you keep on telling us that if you don't give people chances? You don't give these youth chances to show the leadership? And I'm so saddened that they can, all the old people there and the people who are treating themselves, they are saying that and abusing Sifuna. I feel very saddened that they can try to minimize this young lad. I always like Sifuna's way of thought. I surely do. I like his way of thought and how he articulates the issues. He articulates the issues even more than those older men in that ODM party. And if they can see they are going to remove him from the party, then what can we say? Well and good. What will we say? Let them remove him, and let us just know that that party will just remain. That party will remain a regional party. If that is what they want, that is the way they are going to go. It will remain a regional party. And I can see Messiani is telling me the people who are there, but Makaure is not in leadership. I don't know the other ones. You can tell us who is in leadership. I asked who is in the top leadership, if he can answer me, because the Diokech I know is not in top leadership. He's just a senator in Senate. And I have never seen him, maybe in the committees, but I've never seen him taking any leadership within the party ranks. So even the Makaure you are saying, he has just become it's called what? A content creator within the party. I see him nowadays. He's going with the flashiest car, and I don't know where he's also heading. I don't know what is his vision, because I don't know where he wants to lead. Because if Makaure is serious, if he sees the likes of Akina Babu Owino and Sifuna being done like that, what does he think in his head? Will it be even easier for him if he can see the likes of those youthful leaders being taken like that? And that's why you saw people like Akina, it's called Jalango. Jalango had deferred with the party. You remember the first time he went to meet Ruto? He had deferred from the party, and some were saying they were saying that he should be disciplined. But now, how can you discipline somebody where you went and met him also in the same other side? So it means Jalango has been right all the time when he was telling them they joined the government, because they really did. And now you don't hear any cases of them saying that Jalango. So this party, it's let's just leave it the way it is. If they want to chase Sifuna, let them do it as soon as tomorrow, if they feel it's okay with them. But also let them wait for repercussions, because I'm telling you there are going to be repercussions. I can tell you within the ranks I'm hearing, and the people I'm hearing, it's going to have a big repercussions. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miguda. Maybe you can give us your final remarks, and Joseph will do as well.
Okay, my final thoughts gonna be, I want to say that the party at large, the party should ensure that they embrace the young people at large. So the party must ensure that they give opportunity to the young people, because we are many, and it's like there's a queue in that party whereby even if you come, even if you join today or tomorrow or yesterday, they will tell you there's a queue, you must queue. They will tell you, you came the other day, what can you tell us? You just came the other day. We have been here since City of Vigogo. So that's why many young people are not interested in those party politics, because there are those people who think they are the founders and they are the backbenchers. They will tell you that you came the other day, you have to queue. You have to queue for the position. So some of us are not ready to queue, but the young people in the party, let them have the young people. But when there is opportunity, let them give to the young people, not the old guards, because people have been in politics from 2005 to date. Now we are getting adult. We are young adults. We want to join politics, but there's no opportunity. So you have to be strategic and fight for your position from whatever you want to fight for your position. Doesn't matter to be in the ODM party. But what I can say that the young people are not embraced. Remember that time, Ababu came to parliament when he was 28 years old. By that time, Ababu was being chased out of the party. He was a young person by that time. And this is why he got the SC position. He was popular among youths. But the old guard said, we must kick you out, because we are the people guarding this party. Right now, they want to kick out Sifuna. The old guards, not the young people. The young people like what Sifuna is doing. Even if Sifuna goes, why can't they give it to a young person? Maybe I can say let them give it to a young person, not the old people. But this is a reality to agree. The people inside, experts, they have exhausted all the elective seats, the way Sifuna was saying, and let me quote him. Now, what next for them? To join the government. So the people are ambitious. The people want to be leaders in this country. My advice is that you are not limited. You are young. You can start something, and also you can make it big. But if you go the back of the people, the Almighty God, I think you are just destined for greatness, and you are going to be elected. You don't need to be endorsed by an individual. If you say an individual, they are coming to arrest you. If an individual endorse you, you don't need to be endorsed by you. God will endorse you. The people, then I think you are just destined for greatness. Let us not scramble where we are not permitted to be by where our views, our presence are met with opposition. So that is my last take. And to our viewers, we appreciate you for coming. I'm able to see Irene Irware, our good friend Laban Misiani, the Kumibila break guy. Laban Misiani has been a very consistent supporter of ODF and the broad-based government. Him and Douglas Kibogong, they have been good people who believe in the values and the principle. So that is good. It's good to believe in something. I also saw James Corner. Thank you for coming to the show. I saw Judith, saw Thomas Sankara. I appreciate each and everybody. I was able to see those people from my end. So see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Joseph, your final remarks?
Yes, I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has joined us for today's debate. And everybody comes here with his own opinion. I don't come here to push anybody agenda. Brother Mark Meguda, you have known me from a long time. When I've been here, I don't push for any agenda. So when somebody come and tell me that I'm pushing Wamunyoro agenda, you need to know me better, brother. I voted for Raila in 2022. So when you come and tell me that I'm pushing Wamunyoro agenda, you better know people well. I'm not pushing anybody agenda, and you never hear me coming here and telling you to vote for anybody you want. If you feel you're going to vote Kumi Bira Blake, that's your own problem. That is not mine. Mine, I know where I'm headed. You can head where you want. That is your opinion. That is okay. I don't want to argue with it. So for the ideas and everything that we come to give here, it's for political analysis, and we analyze everything. So even ODM, you are going to analyze it. Even if you are going to say things that you don't agree with, it's okay. In your heart, you can know you don't agree with them. It's okay. And if you feel aggrieved, it's okay. We say the things as they are. I don't come here to say things that are from my side. I always watch the news, and I always watch these leaders as they talk, and I come to analyze what they are saying. We come just to analyze here. And I want to thank everybody, Kevin, Miguda, and Brother Benson. I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to always come here and share our views on what we see going in our country, going on in our country, and it's a good platform that you can be able to hear our views. So thank you, and I hope we are going to meet next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joseph and Migud, and to our good friend Benson as well, for finding time to join the panelists and to give us your take. We really appreciate. To our good viewers, Laban Misiani, Gypsy Corner, Father Didi, there was Irene Irware, there is Mary Maina, Wainaina, that is Judith Karitha. Of course, Sankara was also here, Asili 2 TV, and everyone who joined us this evening. There was also, I also saw Nyapolitik was also here. I want to take this opportunity to just really acknowledge and say a big thank you for all of you finding time to be with us. We really appreciate. And what we do here is we just give our views. We are not politically aligned. We are simply giving views that we think can assist each or any Kenyan to make the right decision on matters of elections and politics and leadership. That is what we do. For that reason, I want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to everyone who joined us today. Really appreciate, and may God bless you. We hope that if you are joining us for the first time, kindly just like and subscribe to the channel. This is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. I want to take the opportunity to wish you all a blessed night, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever you're watching us from. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you again tomorrow.